So you were elected in 2006, and what do you think your successes have been since you were elected to the legislature?
Well, you know, I brought to the legislature a lot of experiences in my life, anything from agricultural to military, veteran, education, and the great outdoors, of course. I'm an avid hiker and backpacker, and so I had my ideas, but I consider myself a relatively open-minded person, and so I didn't really know what to expect, but I knew I had to do something, and part of my job was to sponsor bills to fulfill needs of New Mexicans and people in my district. So that's exactly what I did my first session. I went in and figured out real quick how to get bills drafted and the subjects that I wanted to go up there with, and I knew the folks that that were in need and the things that needed to be done. So one of my first bills that I passed, which is law right now, is the veterans who are 50% disabled or more get free park, monument, and museum passes in the state for life. Another bill that I passed is, believe it or not, active duty military members with a New Mexico residence was paying state income tax here. So I passed the bill that is now law, where they don't have to pay state income tax. Another bill addressed domestic violence, and that is now also, it's a confidential address bill, where victims of domestic violence can have their address as the Secretary of State's office rather than a home address, so the perpetrator, I can't locate them so easily. So that's worked at the Secretary of State's office. During the past 4 regular sessions and I think another 4 special sessions, I did a number of things. Last year I was able to push through the Interstate Combat Bill for military dependents to make their transition easier into our public school system here when they come from out of state. Another one I passed a couple sessions ago was the expanded scope of the practice of physician assistants, where they were able to now expand their prescription and their ability to provide health care in our rural areas of the state much better. Last year I expanded the practice a little bit of nurse practitioners, so I've addressed rural health. There's a study going on right now for military training transferring into college credits that will be reported to a legislative committee, so I was able to initiate that. And one of the proudest things I did last session was also to through a memorial request, New Mexico State University develop a ethics course for elected officials in the state. We really didn't have a good ethics course, and hopefully we're going to be able to pass more ethics laws that establish a commission and things like that. Another one was a bipartisan bill. I co-sponsored the Sunshine Portal Act, which provides transparency to state government, which is really nice. And there's going to be a portal where all the departments in state government have to put up all their financial and personnel information, and that's being worked. I passed the law that allows online driver's license renewal, so you can renew your driver's license either online or through the telephone system, but only once in 16 years, and that's for an 8-year time period. So in 16 years, you don't have to go stand in line at the MVD. And somebody actually said I was going to go to heaven for that one. So there are a number of things. I saw a Las Cruces license plate on a vehicle the other day, which made me really happy, since I passed the bill that allowed Las Cruces to design and have its own license plate, with the extra money from that going to our Parks and Recreation Department in the city. I passed a bill for the completion of the Continental Divide Trail in New Mexico and have helped them. I've sponsored a bill that provided funding for the Animal Cruelty Task Force under the Attorney General's office. So those are some of my successes. One of my other successes that I'm really proud of too is that prior to passing a law allowing civilians overseas who are working with DOD or a college over there who maintain a residence in New Mexico was only allowed to vote for federal candidates. Now they're allowed to vote for all the down ballot and local candidates. So we did pass that into law. States were allowed to do it. For some reason, New Mexico had never done it. Only military members were allowed to vote the entire ballot. So now all overseas people can do that if they have a residency here, and they can do it electronically from overseas, which was part of the law also. So I'm proud of my successes, and I have more to go.